Welcome back to I Know Football. I have the review of the UA highlights, the breast cancer awareness version in true pink for you guys. And so just going to give you some details about what I thought about these cleats, compare them a little bit to some other Nike cleats, but I think you guys will like this one. So first thing first is these are true pink. They're for breast cancer awareness, and something that I was really hoping that they would do is donate to some charity. So they don't advertise it on their website or when you're ordering, but when you do order these and you open the box, it does say Power in Pink, and you can't read it, but it says celebrates those who use sports, fitness, and an active lifestyle in the fight against breast cancer. A portion of all proceeds goes directly to national breast cancer charities and medical centers. So, and then you can join the fight on their website, but it doesn't tell you which charities or not. But I'm just happy that they are donating while they capitalize on the craze that is pink in October. So getting into the actual cleats, first I'll tell you a little bit about the sizing. So these are true to size, unlike the Talons that I think if you've seen that review, the Talons you do have to order a half size smaller. These are actually true to size. So I wear a 12, I got a 12, and they fit nicely. Something that's different is compared to the carbons is the toe box. So the Nike Vapor Carbons actually have what they call zero space technology. So when you put it in, it's a super tight fit. Your foot doesn't slide around. This one I was double socked, and I did actually tape up anyway. And after I taped up and I wrapped it, or I tied the shoes, they didn't feel loose at all. But they could add a little bit of padding in the toe. I would have liked to see that. The cushioning system is good. It's really supportive. I don't think it's as responsive as the Talons or the Carbons, but the Micro G they have in it, is pretty good. So I did like that aspect of it. Some of the other parts about it are just the lacing system. So if you look at the lacing isn't bad. It just takes a long time because these are high cleats. And then once you have them tied up, so these ones here are with it tied. They're super long. So I had to tuck them in. Otherwise, you'd be running around. These would be flying around like this. So I would tuck them into the laces. That took a long time. So it just took like an extra long time to to lace these bad boys up. And that's expected as high as they go. They're not easy slip on, slip off. So you do have to unlace it pretty much. I mean, look how loose these are, to get my foot in. And then once you get in, you have to tape it up. So I did like the tongue. The tongue is padded. It's not thick padding by any means, but it's enough to save you from getting hurt when you're cleated. If you're cleated, if you've ever felt that on your shin, you know how much it hurts. So it is neon green, kind of that bolt green that a lot of companies, including Nike and Adidas, are using. But other than that, it was really soft. Wasn't as springy as I had hoped, but it did feel good. The traction at the bottom, so I use these on grass, and the traction wasn't as good as some of the other cleats. And I think the main difference is if you look at the bottom of these and compare them to something like the Carbons, you can see that the Carbons have all the, like you look at the front, you've got two cleats here for that big toe grab when you're changing direction. And this one has just a very small one. So I think that's the difference. They each do have the same amount of studs. The bigger studs. These don't have the sidewall shuffle cleats. The ones right here, I think Nike patented that. So these don't have it. I don't know if that was the reason why I was slipping a little bit, but I've never slipped in my Carbons as much as I was this day. So I think on turf they were good. On grass, I didn't really like them so much. The other thing is, as you can see, the bottom of it turns green. So I use them in grass, and because it is a white, plate at the bottom, you do get the green mark, and that's hard to get out. So if they could do something like Nike does and either paint those a different color, or keep a black outsole or something, to not, these are clear, so you don't see the green as much, so it doesn't ruin your cleats. But the green just didn't look good. After a while, that's really going to fade. That whole bottom plate is actually going to discolor, probably turn a more yellowish. These are my breast cancer awareness versions, so I don't use them every game. I'm only going to use them a couple games every year. That's why I got them. Another aspect is the creasing. A lot of you have complained about creasing in the toe, and I did experience that. You can see a little bit of the crease right there. Something that I'm going to do to prevent that is use some of these plastic shoe trees. So these just go inside the shoe. You put it down here, and you actually bend this portion back. So when it's in the shoe, it's going to look like this, and that goes against here, and this goes in the toe, and so that's going to prevent it from seeing some of those creases over time. So I suggest, I paid $1 for those from IKEA, so I suggest you get some of those. The other thing is, besides the bottom getting dirty, the side, because it's this material, it actually can get dirty. I tried to clean them as soon as the game was over, and I think I still have a little dirt mark right there. I can probably get it out with some soap and water and a toothbrush, so I will be doing that. But you can see that they can get dirty fast. Luckily, I play on turf most of the time. In terms of price, these were about $130. That doesn't include tax or shipping. And that's about on par with the carbons were. They were about $120 when they came out. The Talons are a little bit more, $140. So they are a little bit cheaper than the carbons. I think they're definitely a good option for you, but I don't know if I put them over some of the other cleats. Obviously the main advantage to these is going to be the super high. So they say that you don't have to use tape and you don't have to spat up. I would definitely say you don't have to spat. I don't believe that spatting actually, gives you any more ankle protection. I don't think that's a good method. I taped up under these anyway, and even with the tape and putting these on, I felt a lot more secure with my shoe. So I did feel like a little bit stronger, and I didn't lose any flexibility, so they did feel really nice. But I would not suggest wearing these instead of tape if you always tape up. If you spat up, I definitely suggest doing these instead of the spatting, because I don't think the spatting prevents much ankle injury anyway. I really think it's something more about looks. I wish they would have more options out, but in terms of breast cancer awareness, I think this is a good option because you're not using them all the time. So other than that, I've been really happy with the cleats. If you do want to see how they look when I wear them, go to my Facebook page. The link is in the description. You can see pictures of my game where I'm wearing all white with these. I do think it looked pretty good. The whole other team was asking me about them in the game. So check out the Facebook page. And if you have more questions, hit up the comments or the Facebook page or the Twitter account. Remember to like, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.